Hey, so I thought I'd share a video with some of the options that I'm considering for the school year for drawing on my screen because I don't have a nice document camera that I can use to do things like write down equations or color pictures or draw, free body diagrams and things like that. So these are some of the things that I'm going to be trying. So first thing I want to show you, I have this program that I installed on my Windows work computer called Lonely Screen. Lonely Screen has a free version and then they have a paid version. The only issue with the paid version or with free version is that it occasionally pops up with prompts for it to be, for you to pay for the paid version. So you'll occasionally get one of those pop-ups, which is annoying, but it works pretty well on its own. So Lonely Screen, what it does is it allows you to mirror your tablet screen onto your work computer, which you could then project on the board, or you can use this record button and record whatever you're doing. It also records your sound as well, which is nice. And then you could share that video with students. So what you're going to need to do is come over to your tablet if you have an iPad and click Screen Mirroring and then Lonely Screen. And what it'll do now is it'll show what is on my tablet screen on my Windows work computer, which is really cool. So say I have an app like Sky Safari and I want students to be able to see what I'm doing. It's planetarium software, so say I want students to be able to see what I'm looking at here. There it is on my computer. I can make it bigger. They can see everything that is happening on this screen, which is pretty cool. No, I didn't want to do that, but so again, they can see everything that's happening. So it's kind of cool. I can show them 3D views of the solar system, and they can get kind of a neat sky view there. So that's Lonely Screen. Again, it mirrors your iPad with your computer screen, and again I can come here and click record and it'll record whatever is happening on the screen and whatever I'm speaking about. So again, if you have an app or something that you would like students to be able to see either on the board or as a video, Lonely Screen works pretty well for that. So other option I have, say I want to actually draw on my computer screen, say I have some slides or something that have example problems and I'm making a video and I want to just be able to draw on the screen and draw pictures and draw equations, I can use a different type of software called Duet. So there's software called Duet. It's free to install on your iPad, but it is $10 to install it it's free to install on your Windows computer or on your Mac. So it's cool. It works on both, but you have to pay $10 to install it on your iPad. So there is a cost associated with that one, but it's not a subscription. It's just a straight $10, which is a little better. So I'm going to go down to the Duet app that I've already installed. And it says, please connect your device. So I'm going to go over to my device and I'm going to click on the Duet app here. And so now that that's pulled up, it's going to connect these two computers. Working on it. Oh, you know what? It would help if I plugged it in. For the $10 version, you do have to plug it in. If you pay for it, they have a Wi-Fi option. There we go. They have a Wi-Fi option, but yeah, I don't need that. But maybe you want that. So it's nice. It has all these settings. You can set the frame rate and play around with the resolution. So if it's not exactly the way you want it, you can change it, which is really great. But so here's my computer screen. And now we're going to come over to the iPad. You can see I have the exact same screen, which is really cool. If you're not seeing that when you first install it, you're going to want to go to your display settings. And in your display settings, you need to scroll down here and you're going to have to change this from you probably have extend set. So extend makes it like this is a second monitor for your computer. But what you want for this is duplicate. So it should say under multiple displays, duplicate these displays, and then that means you have the same exact thing on both computers. Okay, so I have that set up. And then what I want to do is have some sort of drawing tools ready to go. Screencastify has drawing tools built in, so it does have a way for you to actually draw while you're screencasting, but it's not the best. It doesn't have a lot of options yet. So what you can do if you're running a Windows computer, you can click Show Windows Ink Workspace button, and it will show this Windows Ink button. And you can click on that and you have a few options. So there's a sketchpad, which is a whiteboard option, and you can come over here. I've got this really cheap $5, $10 stylus I got from Amazon. It has a thick end. It also has a nice thin stylus end for drawing. So I can actually come on here and draw lots of pictures and equations, and I can write lots of numbers. And you know, it allows me to be pretty precise, which is cool. And it has all of these different tools. It's got highlighters and things and erasers, and I can change the thickness and I can change the color. So you can pull up that whiteboard and you can have Screencastify going, and you could just be doing a whiteboard session with Screencastify and your tablet. Otherwise, again, the other option would be to get a writing tablet, and you could use this Windows Ink Workspace or any other writing software with the writing tablet if you don't already have an iPad. Okay, so I'm going to exit out of this. Other thing you can do, and this is the thing that I really wanted to be able to do, you can click on Screen Sketch. So I'm going to click on Screen Sketch, and what that lets me do is it lets me draw directly on my slides. So in the middle of a presentation, I can click Screen Sketch and it'll pull this up. I can come over to my tablet and I can start drawing pictures here and writing equations. My handwriting's awful, but you know, this is better than nothing. So I can start, So I can start writing stuff. You know, there are eraser tools, so I can go in and erase things, and yep, didn't like that, so I go in here and maybe change a color, and so pretty intuitive, pretty easy to use, which is really nice. And again, you can do this while you're screencasting. Okay, I can click exit. You can also save when you're in that mode. Sorry, I'll open that back up again. When you're in this mode, you can also save, if you click up here, pictures once you're done writing them. So say, you know, maybe you're trying to be more accommodating to students that can't see video, and you want to just save a series of pictures of the work and stuff you did on a problem with your screencast. You can click save on these and it'll save the pictures as well, which is kind of handy. And maybe you just want to save them and insert them into your presentations. That's an option as well. So those are the two options that I'm looking at the most. The other thing that I was looking into, so I'm going to get rid of Duet here and shut that down. The other thing that I was looking into was just kind of a poor man's document camera, but it's not my favorite solution. I don't think it's precise enough. So I have this external webcam. It's pretty cheap. It's not very high quality. Maybe if you have a better quality one, this would work well. The other issue is lighting sources. But what I can do is I can grab a mini whiteboard and I can have this external webcam and say I want to screencast just whiteboard stuff and I don't have a tablet and I don't want to deal with that. Go to Screencastify, click webcam only. And then make sure that you, instead of having the onboard camera, that you select the external camera. And then start record. Thing to be mindful of, if you have this camera set up over here and you start writing, everything's going to be upside down. So you need to make sure that you have it set up in front of you, and you're going to have to play around with the cord, and it's kind of a pain, so I don't really like that option. You also have to mess with the lighting a lot to make sure that things are going to show up, but things get washed out pretty easily too. So I can come down here and write my stuff, and it should show up on the board. So just drawing a free body diagram here. Okay, so I've drawn this free body diagram. You can see how it looks on the screen. It's not great. It's pretty blurry on the screen. My camera actually makes it look less blurry and less washed out. It looks worse on the actual screen. Turning my lamp off here, it changes it a little bit, but you really have to mess with the lighting, or maybe find a webcam that has a light built into it. Maybe that would work better for you. So those are my solutions. Again, some of the stuff you can do with a dedicated writing tablet, but if you don't want to spend the $70 and you already have either a nice webcam and a whiteboard, or you have a tablet available to you, you can use some of these software programs relatively inexpensively. So those are just some of my thoughts, and I hope it's helpful. All right, bye guys.